Tom, from a comedian's perspective,
Yeah.
Shaq, Chuck, inside the NBA, what do you see is so right about that show comedically? Like, what are they doing that maybe they don't even realize?
It's perfect. I wouldn't say a word. It's perfect. That's chemistry. That's what what happens when they make pilots, right? When TV show like channels they make pilots, what they do is they have these scripts and then they start casting people, right? You're going to play this guy, and you're going to play, and then they throw them together and they shoot them, and yeah, they're all like pretty much the same level of funny. But the reason a show becomes like Friends or How I Met Your Mother, or it's because of the chemistry of the actors. Now they're not acting, but you can't manufacture that chemistry. So I wouldn't change a thing about their dynamic. It works perfectly. It's perfect. That's why people love to watch the show because they love these guys and they love basketball, but a lot of the viewers are just because it's funny to watch you guys interact,
It's amazing that Chuck gets away with all the stuff that he can say.
It's unbelievable.
Like, have you ever heard his rant about San Antonio women?
He said, wasn't it about like big, like they're
Oh,
big,
yeah.
big as hell?
They got some big old women down there in San
For
Antonio.
like 7 years straight, he just winning on the big woman from San
Big
Antonio.
women in San Antonio.
And you know what's crazy? I went to high school in San Antonio.
Oh yeah.
And like I didn't realize that. It's like growing up. And now there's some gorgeous women there, but after he started saying that, I would go back and I was like,
There's some big in this town. Yeah. There's a lot of good food in San
yeah,
Antonio.
it is. So give me your Mount Rushmore of comedians.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Mount Rushmore of big cities.
All right, yeah. All right, yeah, do that.
Okay, let's see. Omaha's got some big women. Nebraska, they just feed them well all throughout there.
Never been, but okay.
Yeah, that's definitely happening. Louisiana has some big, the whole,
we do.
Baton Rouge definitely has some big ladies.
We do.
Yeah. I mean, this state's not around either. I don't know what we're leaving Georgia out of this for. There are some wide women walking around in Georgia. Big, like they could go play for Georgia. There's some really big chicks in this town.
Yes. So Omaha, Louisiana, Georgia, and where else?
And I think you just gotta throw something at like Iowa. There's some.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, they eat. They really eat, man.
They do eat.
That first date's gonna cost you a couple bucks in Iowa City. They're gonna be like, I'm gonna get steak, I'm gonna get potatoes. They're gonna do the tomahawk challenge
and a Diet Coke, right?
Oh yeah,
Diet Coke to
make it
because they're working out
better. Yeah.
Yeah, so Shaq, Segura here was sitting courtside at the Knicks and dropped a phone in his drink and almost spelled on the court and almost had a heart attack.
I was panicking, dude, because I was like sitting next to my agent. And I was like, yeah, look at this. And I'd look up and then it just slipped through my hands, went into the Diet Coke. And I was like, oh, and then it started to just, pool out.
Right.
And I was like, if a player slips and breaks because of me, like my heart started to race. So I'm looking at the ref. And then I call over like one of the ushers and they look down, they're like, that's not too bad. And I go, well, can we clean it up? And they're like, we have to wait till a break. And I was like, they go, but if it gets onto like the floor of play, they're gonna have to stop play. And then they will show you on the Jumbotron at MSG. And I was like, oh, please God, don't do that.
So you were more worried about your phone or more worried about the players?
I was worried about the embarrassment of being the cause of hurting a player.
Got it.
But it was terrifying. It was fully terrifying.
Tom, I have a question. If you were on a sports show, because I know you're a big sports fan, do you have a take that you've been working on for a long time that you would just unleash to the world? Or do you have any sports takes that if you were on a TV show like an ESPN or a TNT, you're like, I need to get out that I actually think Kobe's the best player of all time? Do you have something like that?
Well, I mean, I do think Kobe's amazing. I'll tell you the thing that I think about, because I hear the debates go up so much, is when it comes to like GOAT talk, which will never end. It's entertaining, so it shouldn't. I understand this is all entertainment at the end of the day. There's nothing like whatever you experience the first time. So like, I grew up, the first guy that was the guy was Jordan. If you talk to a kid who's 25 right now, who just grew up in this era, you can't go, but you don't understand. Like, it doesn't compute to you. Just like if you talk to like our dads about watching Jim Brown play or Will, like it's who they watch first. So it's almost like whenever I hear people and they keep throwing up stats and they talk about but how about that? I'm like, yeah, dude, if you weren't around for it, you're never going to fully grasp it. And I'm not going to grasp what you saw in the 1960s. Like, I watched Tyson before I didn't see Ali fight. So it's like, I understand his greatness, but I'm going to go off of what I saw, man. Like, I saw something different. So that's the thing that exhausts me, is like when people do stats, I just go, you've seen what you've seen. I've seen what I've seen. I don't even feel like we need to have this argument.
Or what if they just had a clear-cut definition of what the GOAT is?
Yeah.
Whether it be stats, championship, it's sometimes when I hear people talk, I don't understand the criteria. Is it championships? Is it points?
Right.
Is it?
Well, because they move the goalpost on the
They
conversation.
do all the time,
Yeah.
all the time. But I think, like, I always have arguments with people. Like, I don't really care who's in it, but I think you should put the right people in.
Yeah.
Right. So right now it's just, for some reason, LeBron and Jordan. Which is fine, but you're not going to throw Kobe in there.
It's goofy. It's weird that people don't.
Like, you're not going. You know what I'm saying?
And I think, like, because he's not here, people just feel comfortable leaving him out of the dialogue, which is very strange.
Yeah,
and that's very strange.
And that's the only problem I have with him.